Well, chances are a lot of you may have had a teacher that made a huge impact on your life. The lessons they taught staying with you for a lifetime.
6 on Your Side's Kristen Gallant shares how both former faculty and former students are honoring a Sevier County teacher who recently passed away.
You know, I haven't pulled out one of these middle school yearbooks in years, but today I had a good reason to do so. One Pigeon Forge Middle School teacher recently passed away, and not only did he touch my life, but he touched the lives of many who walked the halls of Pigeon Forge Middle School. George Ken Pitts was a longtime educator and coach at Pigeon Forge Middle School.
I met Mr. Pitts in 1990, my first year at Pigeon Forge Middle School.
Tony Nichols taught 5th grade at the time.
He was glad to see some more male teachers join the faculty at Pigeon Forge Middle. Back then, the ratio usually of male to female teachers was more female than male.
Nichols said he learned a lot from Mr. Pitts that year that he would take with him throughout the rest of his 30-year career.
He had a great sense of humor, and when you teach middle school, you've got to have that to work with children at that age.
It was his sense of humor that his students remember as well.
I remember him always making jokes and making things light, and he made things fun, and he made it easy to learn math too. I feel like that was like my hardest subject, and so to have a teacher, you know, take their time in their day to kind of put a little bit extra on a subject really helped you learn.
But it wasn't all fun and games.
I will never forget this. I had got a D on my report card, and I was so upset. I was so scared to take it home to my parents because I had never made a bad grade before. I was an AB student, and I just remember talking to him, and I was so upset, and I didn't understand why. And he had just told me that, you know, I hadn't applied myself, and I think at that time I was probably a little bit rambunctious and I wasn't paying attention in class.
Mr. Pitts was strict, but he cared about his students.
As far as teaching me, he taught me that, you know, I really had to work for my grades, and that if I applied myself, that I could do better.
His students are now remembering one of their favorite teachers who made a big impression on their lives.
He was very strict, but he wanted to inspire you and push you forward in anything that you did. With a teacher like him who pushes you and makes those tough times worth it, it's something you hold on to for a long time.
It's the biggest lesson his students will take away from his classroom. Kristen Gallant, WATE 6 on Your Side.
Kristen, thank you. Mr. Pitts, by the way, a Vietnam veteran who served in the Marine Corps, will be laid to rest at East Tennessee Veterans Cemetery tomorrow. We have a link on where you can send your condolences at WAT.com.